but I'm not letting it bring me down. You know, no, it means you keep doing it. You can't stop doing it. You're entangled in it. Yeah, you're covered with it. You know. Then how can the Lord can't get to you? Lord, my guy off his rocker. Hey,
that's a deal.
It's okay because what is it called? A three chord is not easily broken.
Don't listen to this.
Somebody like that. I mean, there's he's feral.
Yeah.
He's feral. He's a madman. The only thing you could do against that, if it came against you, is to give him a good beating.
There's 2nd Ezra 7 and 5. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There is also another thing: a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right. So, go ahead.
So yeah, this walk, you know, it's a dangerous path. You know, water on the left, fire on the right. You know, there's a lot of places where you could fall. You know, so you gotta try to your best of your ability. Just stay on the narrow path. You know, you keep doing what the Lord requires of you. And just do better. You know, from you know, like the brother says, every time you wake up, hey, it's a new day to repent, man. You know, it's a daily thing. We're not perfect. You get up, you know, and you keep moving forward.
Yeah. And the Lord set it up good against evil. The Lord set it up to where it's a straight path. Because the Lord gave commandments to preach. The Lord said, hey man, it's written in the scriptures to come out here and do this. Alright? And you got psychopaths walking up and down the street, man. You know? We're in a position of difficulty. You know, Esau's going to be administering certain laws and things like that we're going to have to refuse to our own detriment. You know, the mark, you know, when that thing comes out, right? You're going to have to refuse that. And it says in the scriptures that you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade without it.
Pressure.
So that's pressure. That's coercion. Esau is gonna try and force you to go his way, to do what he wants you to do. So, hey, like I said, there's a fire on one side, there's water on the other side. You gotta just walk straight. All right? You can't give in, and you don't want to get burned. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and will and perfect will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua.
Right.
And the point was to be not conformed to this world, because being conformed to this world is taking the chip. Being conformed to this world is accepting homosexuality. You know, pedophiles teaching your kids in school. Lesbians wanting to molest your daughters. You got what, Miss fucking Man from the Scary Movie?
Oh, yeah.
Which is a fucking diked out, steroided lesbian demon that was in there hitting on the young, gorgeous women, man. You know? This world has become gay, like Andy Milonakis said.
Yep, everything is gay.
Everything's gay. It's gay, demonic, and full of witchcrafts, man, robbery. Alright, everything's tainted here. And we're not conformed to this world. We're not accepting that. That's why we preach the word. That's why we lift up our voices like a trumpet and we spare not. You know, when a so-called gay person comes up, so-called gay, because the word gay means happy, well, we'll tell them out of the scriptures that it's a sin to be that way and the penalty of being that way. You know, our job up here is just preaching this word. The Lord is going to handle everything, you know.
Yeah, we're just letting you know the consequences of living unrighteously.
Yep, ungodly.
What does it say in the scriptures? It says Sodom and Gomorrah was left an example to those that would afterward live ungodly.
Yep.
And this world ain't living right, man. You people are into all types of madness. Do as thou wilt. You know, choose your own destiny. You think you can do whatever you want to do. Hey, well, you can be happy now, but there's a price to pay for it later.
Yeah, the wages of sin is death. It's going to be the price, the prize that you receive.
And this place, it's already coming down, man. That's why prices are high. You know, it's becoming more difficult to live, and it's only going to get worse, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. And the Lord's doing it all to destroy you, to destroy this world, man. If you're in the world, the Lord's going to destroy the world and everyone in it, man. Everyone that's in the world, right? So when I say he's going to destroy the world, he's going to destroy this present state of mind, society, this bewitchment that has overtaken the earth, man. And everybody that's within that world is going to be destroyed with it. Go ahead.
There's Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
Yeah, it's not righteous, man. It's against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This place is real quick. Hold that and get Job 9:24. The earth is being ruled by the wicked. All right, and you are being deceived by the wicked. All right, go ahead.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right, man. He wants to do away with Israel. Get Psalm 83. Don't hold that, but keep holding the other scripture. Get Psalm 80. Was it 83? I think 83. All right. The earth is being governed by the wicked, and you're being deceived into thinking that this way of life is righteous, man, or it's right. And you got all these demons out here, all these different indoctrinations, man, philosophies, ways of thinking, man, okay, that are all unrighteous. They're all, if it's not according to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, okay, the Lord ain't dealing with it, bro. Go ahead.
There's Psalm 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace.
Right, and the wicked are the Edomites. So you got to understand the Lord is dealing with Israel, which is a seed, a bloodline on earth. All right, and there's all these different nations. Moab, which is the Chinese, Ammon, the Japanese, Ishmael, the Arabs, the Assyrians, so on and so forth, man. All these different nations are known as the heathen in the Bible. The Lord's only dealing with Israel, and the Lord's going to enslave the other nations. All right, the Lord's coming to destroy the kingdoms of the earth, man. Okay, and these heathen are ruling the earth. All right, Esau, the so-called white man, is the Edomite, and he's at the top. Right, he's ruling the world right now. The Lord's coming to destroy the Esau's system, man.
Yeah, the scriptures say when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You know, hey, everybody's mourning. Nobody's happy, man. You know, you got all these shootings. You know, you recently had a 6-year-old went and shot his teacher, man. Hey, the world is in chaos. Why? Because Esau's in power. Yep. Everything's out of order. You know, all these kids shooting people. You know, hey, that's madness. What does a 6-year-old got to be mad about? You know what I mean?
Killed his teacher.
Yeah, kind of.
So I read a story. There was a little kid killed his mom because she didn't want to buy him a VR headset. So the world has become increasingly fucking evil, man. You know, little kids shooting their parents because they didn't get the toy that they wanted. You know, it's crazy, man. All right. Hey, man. When you talk, hey, man. If you don't think the demons are real, come stand out. Come stand out here. Demons are real. My dude was contorted. He was twisted up.
Bro, that was the exact words in my mind. He was twisted up.
He was twisted. Go ahead.
Psalm 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the hedge. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, that's what all this madness is about, man. Alright, that's why you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are being fed the most wicked culture on earth, man. The so-called black culture, man. You know? And all you Israelites are wrapped up in it. And it's nothing but witchcraft. BET. Black entertainment. Fuck out of here, bro. Watch that show, The Boondocks. BET stands for Black Evil Television. That's what it stands for. So these nations, they're against you, man. They're against you.
Yeah. Everything here is destroy Jake. You know, everywhere you got a corner store. Every 2 blocks there's a corner store. You buy malt liquor. You buy your 211s, your black and mounts. You know, every corner store that they're selling you pork. You know, they're selling you abominable foods. Everything here is to destroy you. All these other nations are against you. Esau, Elam, hey, they all hate you, man. But Psalm 83:3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom.
Right. How have they accomplished that? By calling you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. By not calling you the Israelites, by not telling you who you are. Alright, by literally painting themselves as the image of God's people, man. You know, over there in the land of Israel, they inserted themselves in the land of Israel. You know, they're the self-proclaimed Jews, man. Self-proclaimed Jews. And this whole society is against you, right? Because your power comes from the Most High, which is a righteous power, man. Righteousness comes from the law. Everything in this world, all right, opposes the law. That's why they have that movement, Black Trans Lives. And when you think of LGBT now, you think of a so-called black dude in drag, man. They put you as the face of the shit, man. Every time you know, when you looked at all these Black Lives Matter marches, it was just a madhouse full of clowns with their faces painted all fucking green and blue and hair and shit, bro. Dressed up in drag, bro. All these homosexuals up in there, bro. Come on, man.
And people say, what's his name that played Medea?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. People say he ain't gay. That nigga dressed up as a fucking monster.
They all do.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo.
Oh yeah. Ghost. Patrick Swayze.
Man.
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes, bro. Wesley Snipes.
He's a mighty man.
That dude fucking, you know, killing vampires and shit.
Yeah, Blade. That's a real Blade though.
Well, there's that new movie. It just came out. It's called Day Shift. It's on Netflix. What's that dude's name? Came out Miami Vice. Black dude. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx in that movie.
He done been dressing up like a woman in Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did it here in this movie. He came out with what is it? The media talked about it. No, hey, they do this one to push that on Jake to accept gayism.
It's promoted on our people, man. Witchcraft, man. They think it's a fucking joke, but it actually has an influence, man. Demons are influencing spirits, and that's why they do that, through the media, to influence our people that it's okay and to tap into that spirit, which is a fucking demon, which is sin. That's why the Lord, I remember talking to Brother Bernardson in the Bay, and he was explaining to me how demons operate, and why the Lord said that we had to put Jake to death and the angel that sinned, because those demons will multiply, bro.
Yeah, they'll jump on other people.
Yeah, and they multiply. They bring other demons with them.
That's why it said in the scriptures, if your brother come to entice you to serve another power, your hand would be upon him first. You grab him by the neck.
They just start screaming.
Yeah. You were supposed to give him a merciless beating, and then take him to the elders.
He's like, your head's supposed to be first. What? You just start firing up.
Could you imagine, bro? I couldn't imagine. You imagine a brother coming to you and talking about it's like, oh, the first reaction is gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You might have that moment of pause where you're like, is this real?
A moment of laying on hands. It's over after that.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Forgot what we were talking about. Oh, but we did have scriptures lined up. We got the scriptures to bring us back in. Go ahead.
Back in Psalm 83 and 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes.
Right. Well, you don't hear any of these other nations telling you that you're the Israelites. Well, they're not going to tell you that. Right? And it's all about the elite. All right? The elite are the ones that are pulling the strings. Everybody else, hey man, the elite don't care about them. You're just pawns in the game. That's why when it all goes down, they're gonna, some are gonna fly off into space. Some are gonna fucking go into underground bunkers. Some are gonna, what did it say, go into the ocean to try and hide in the ocean.
Yeah. In the mountains.
Yeah.
In outer space.
Right.
At the bottom of the sea. fucking out off each other.
Wadi Halabashim outside, bro. Like, the water. We don't look at them. We don't need them in the kingdom. No, that's the chaff. As it says in the scriptures, good. It is good for nothing but to be cast into the flame. What are those guys talking about? Are you fucking bitches? Smoking, yeah, getting drunk. Fuck it, bro. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as a small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
Right, man. See, even the Old Testament, you know, it's like, when we pull it out of the Apocrypha, what does everybody do? Oh, it's not part of the Bible.
Yeah.
But it's in the Old Testament. He said the nations are esteemed as a drop that falleth from a bucket.
All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing, and vanity.
Damn.
So I brought that up because the brother brought out all our enemies, all these other nations. Okay, and they're nothing to the Lord, man.
Yeah, Lord don't give a shit about you.
Like it says in Zephaniah 3:8, he gonna gather them all up so he could fucking smash them all at the same time. You know, they're all gonna see the Lord and want to fight against him, and he's just gonna fucking fry them up. You know?
That's why there's that scripture that says this is the plague to all of those that fought against Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is the elect. So everybody that's against this word is against Jerusalem. Alright?
What is that?
That's what it's about.
Yeah, okay.
It's about the word.
It says Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Yeah, while they stand upon their... You're going to melt while you're still standing. Okay? That shows you that this is a future prophecy. Because you can't... This ain't something that would happen in the old days. You don't... You know, if you burn it in a fire, man, there's comes a point where you fall to the ground. You're burnt. You know, you ain't gonna just. Nah, it says you're gonna consume your flesh, and it says your flesh is gonna consume away while you stand on your feet. I mean, you're gonna melt while you're standing, bro. You're just gonna fucking. Oof.
You can just see somebody's skin melting and just bones, you know?
Yeah, just turning into bones.
Yeah, even the bombs they dropped in Fukushima. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Hey, that blast, it printed the people's shadow like on the wall, man. Man, that's rough.
Took their picture.
R.L. Stein, say cheese and die again. Hey, bro, and that wasn't even nukes.
Yeah,
those were atomic bombs.
Yeah, keep going because there's another piece of information that breaks it down even further about that. Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them.
Because it says their eyes will consume away in their holes. Bro, I read about how even the people that weren't directly involved with the blast in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, just from the brightness of looking at it, melted their eyeballs in their heads. Imagine if the sun was right next. You know how you look up at the sun and it burns your eyes? Imagine the sun being a few miles away, and you look at it. It's gonna melt your fucking eyeballs in your head.
Yeah, Yeah, and they say nukes burn 10,000 times harder than the sun, I believe. Or 1,000 times harder than the sun. That's heavy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever like got through this?
It's no joke, man. Yeah, bro, keep going. Yeah.
Back in Psalm 83 and 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Horeb and like Zeb, yeah, all their princes as Zebah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, and that they may seek the name of the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, they're going to know. They're going to learn in that day. That saying in the world, you're going to learn today. They're going to learn. They're going to learn. They're going to learn in that day. Man, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to strike these nations through. That's why they, hey, and that's what we're waiting for, man. We're waiting for victory. Yeah.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
It says in the scriptures, in that day, his name shall be one. And all the nations shall flow into the mountain of Israel.
This is Zechariah chapter 12 verse 7. And the Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is faithful among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the powers, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem.
Right. That's a he that is feeble among you, man.
Shall be as David.
We're gonna get powers, bro.
And then it says, and the house of David shall be as the powers.
Bro, we were called into this truth to get powers, bro. To see, man, just unimaginable things. You know,
to be gods.
you think of all, you know, when you're a little kid, your imagination, you pretending you can fly and stuff, you know.
I remember being young. Yeah, we would play like this weird little ninja game. And it's like I was a red ninja and I could throw fireballs, you know?
Right, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's all I do.
You pretending you could like climb on walls.
Yeah. When we were young, we were able to do that. Remember how Jake would be in the hallway and
Yeah,
put your legs up and climb up the walls and shit?
Hell yeah.
Or we were able to do backflips, you know? Jake was actually able to do backflips and cartwheels and front flips. Do that shit nowadays, bro. You fucking break a hip.
You know, that's funny that you even mentioned that, because my daughter, she's like into ballet and gymnastics and stuff. Like she wants to do that shit. And I put on a video that teaches you how to do a cartwheel. And she asked me to do a cartwheel, and I went like this. I thought about it. I was like, no, I can't do it.
Well, I seen a Jake. Remember that one Jake, that dude, that UFC fighter Bennett,
Yeah.
that black dude. When he
Oh
goes to
yeah, crazy horse.
Crazy horse. Bro, I was like, man, I should try to go and do a backflip. And then I thought about it. I was like, nah, you'll fuck yourself up.
Yeah.
You know. But man, hey, Jake gonna be able to do that, man. In the future, when the Lord gives us those new bodies, spiritual powers, like Attack on Titan, where they're able to turn into a ball with their swords and just fly around.
Yeah.
Jake gonna be able to do that, man. Or like Raiden from Mortal Kombat shooting lightning. He's gonna be able to do that.
Bad.
Raiden's a bad dude.
Bad.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah, man, all that stuff, man.
And it's there. It's there because
It's there
all
'cause we
things
can
are
feel
possible.
it.
Yeah.
It's there because we can feel it, bro. I can feel it. Like I know it's real.
Oh yeah. You can feel it, bro. Being able to teleport, warp gate, if you will. You know, like Nightcrawler, how he's able to like warp from one spot to another. Be able to do that, man. It says that with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, all things are possible.
All things are possible.
So just what you imagine, if you can imagine it, it's already there. Because we're collectively part of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know? We're going to be able to do anything you want. Split into 20 like fucking Dragon Ball Z. I forget who was able to do that. They can split it apart to different...
Hey, that's why we're being refined now. With all the things we're going through. Because, hey, the Lord's not going to give you that power if you're not going through things. Like the elder said, niggas will be turning water into Hennessy. You know, he's not just going to give anybody the power.
Floating over Walmart. Oh man, that was a lot. I had to mention it.
But yeah, hey, so hey, we're being refined now. You know, like as gold is trying the fire, acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Hey, we're being refined. So hey, the good things, the bad things we go through, hey, it's all for our refinement. Hey, ultimately, Lord willing, we're part of that number. We get them powers.
Yeah, everything we go through is all to bring us into subjection under the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai at the end of the day. You know, just like in this camp when we had there was a turning point. You know, where it was just like enough is enough.
This is Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Right. What's that? There's that scripture that says, whoever calls upon the name of the Lord and was
forsaken.
Was forsaken. Man. What was that? Sirach 2?
God, I believe so. And that's real, man. You know, not anybody that ever believed in the Lord and called upon Him faithfully was. Bro, you think about it yourself. You know, you yourself can give account for that, man. There's many times where you know.
Yeah.
Like there was countless times, bro.
Even in the world, bro.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Much more in the truth.
Even
The
in
Lord
the
was all.
world.
Yahushua said that He was with us always. He was always there.
Yeah.
He was
How many
always
times throughout your whole life have you almost died?
Almost.
You know?
got delivered, man.
As someone once said, a life of almost is a life of never.
Yeah, the Lord was there always, bro.
Alright. It's Sirach 2 and I'll start at 5. For gold is trying the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in Him and He will help thee. Order thy way right and trust in Him. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, wait for His mercy and go not aside lest ye fall.
Yeah, that's when you fall, man. think you're gonna find salvation somewhere else? It's not gonna happen like that, man. Most of the time when you, a lot of time, I won't say most of the time, I'll say a lot of times when you going through certain periods where of hardship, man, it's because you're doing something wrong, man.
That's true.
There are things that just happen to you. That happens often, you know. But then there are a lot of things that are self-inflicted wounds. And that's where you gotta, it's not, at that point it's not time to look somewhere else. It's time to really, you know, to really do it right. As the elders say, bite down. You know? Bite down on it. What?
Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction.
Man, yeah. So we just gotta wait for the Lord, man. Wait upon the Lord. You know, as we read earlier, if thou doest well, would you not be accepted? You know? So we gotta take care of the spiritual, and the Lord will take care of us. Alright, make sure that we're on point. You know, within, and like I said, only you know what you gotta do, man. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yep, know you not your own self. What do you need to do? You know, at the end of the day.
That's what.
Now that was.
This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water.
There it is.
Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. Because that day is coming, man, the day of the Lord. The dreadful and terrible day of the Lord. And like we always say, you know, we're all we got. And that's why it's very important that we act that way. Exhorting one another.
Yep.
Ensuring one another that the Lord is with us, man. You know, caring for each other, man. When you see a brother down, be as supportive as that brother will allow you to be for him. Okay? Because there might be a brother that doesn't appreciate or accept that you're trying to support him, man. And sometimes we all, you know, get like that. You know, sometimes we're selfish, man, and we should be selfless. You know?
Hey, and then there's also times where you need to just be harsh.
True. There's a time and season for everything. As it says. Preferring one another and you know, exhorting each other, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, you know. Because look, we're closer than we ever seen. Bro, they're shooting missiles into Russia now, bro.
Ah.
They're actually taking the war inside Russia now, bro. You know, Russia asked Ukraine for a ceasefire for their Orthodox Christmas, and Ukraine said, "Fuck you."
Why wouldn't they?
You know?
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, because you know what? They're really at war. All right. So yeah, you know, Russia could have used that as a farce, you know, which they're saying that they're doing. But you know, we're in those times, man, because you know the war is brought to God, may God, man. I mean, it's,
Matthew 24.
This is the beginning of sorrow. We're seeing it play out. 2020 like really kicked off.
a lot, yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of just shit, bro. This 2020 hit.
Yeah.
That shit hit, bro, and
The lockdowns.
it's just been crazy ever since. It's just been getting worse and worse.
Bro, the Pope died. The Pope's died.
The old Pope. Yeah.
There was an earthquake here in Cali. The East Coast froze over. There's flooding over here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
They declared a state of emergency in San Jose.
And
The last storm.
Santa Cruz, the beach got swallowed up.
Oh yeah, sure, you know.
The beach was gone.
It just turned into a lake.
Yep.
An ocean, actually, I should say.
So it's just like higher levels. We're on a higher level right now. And then something else is gonna happen that's gonna bring it to DEFCON 3. You know what I mean?
Well, they say, you know, it's a tridemic. The Omicron is overblowing. There's a new fucking variant. You know, it's only a matter of.
Bro, and I had a dream. The other night about a plague, a virus that was turning people into zombies. Like 28 days later, zombies, bro. Like they weren't trying to eat people; they were fucking people up. Like, you know what I mean? They were just running, like beating people to death and shit. And there was like a cult, like an organization that was going around and it was like spreading it to people.
Umbrella Corp.
Yeah, it was like it was in my dream. It was like they were going around and they'll be like in an elevator with somebody and like stick them with something and fucking, you know what I mean? And then that fool will start bugging out. And then in the same dream, and like it could have been a vision, you know. It took me to another place, and you could see the heat waves, and you could see like hella livestock, like fucking falling over and dying and shit.
Yeah, well, that's what you talk about it. Famines and plagues. When you think about it, that could cause a famine, bro. A super heat wave that kills all the livestock.
Bro, it was like hell a lot. Like it was like hell a lot.
Last year was like the hottest year reported ever.
Yeah, that dream, bro, that was.
Well, I mean, that's prophecy. There's going to be plagues. Esau discovered a so-called zombie virus in that Arctic from the frost. But you know what? They've been playing with these bacteria and viruses for how long? They say the zombie virus, all it really is a mutated form of rabies, bro.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers be playing with that shit, bro.
Because rabies is crazy.
Rabies, it says it makes people super fucking aggressive. You know?
Yeah, you'll go. That shit's like a zombie virus, basically. It says that it makes their brains swell. And they go insane, bro. They eventually die from the brain swell.
Yeah. They say if you die within like 9 days or something.
Hey, that shit's very possible that it could happen. Even like understanding like bacteria, like in your gut, there's certain bacteria that make you crave certain food. That's a form of taking over like your mind state. When you craving Oreos, those are bacteria in your gut that make you crave those things. There's another thing. It's called Toxoplasma gondii or something. Yeah, hey, those the rats get it, and it makes them not afraid of cats. They actually go to the cats, so the cats can fuck them up.
To eat it and become the host.
God, yep, yeah, and that shit takes over their mind. It makes them go suicidal.
Yeah. They had like that one. That one that takes over snails.
That's it.
That's it, yeah.
Makes their eyes glow.
It'll make the snail's eyes like glow, like strobe lights.
To attract birds and shit.
Yeah, like you see like a neon light, and it'll go like green, blue, red, yellow, and then it'll go like up like that, green, blue, red, yellow. It'll strobe like that, so that a bird will eat it, and then the bird will get it, and then a cat will get the bird, and then the cat will get it, you know?
They say that it can die, it can kill its host in the water, and it can live in the water. And if another animal comes and drinks it, it'll get it.
Man, bro.
It's a very intelligent parasite, man.
That's a demon.
It's a demon.
Yeah, those are demons, bro.
And they say that if it's infected like over 40% of the population of Brazil, it makes men more aggressive and women more outgoing, docile. You can see how that parasite would run on that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it could infect more.
Sex and
You can tell by females' eyes if they just got that. What do you think is the second world crisis going to happen soon?
We don't know. We know what's going to happen. We just don't know exactly when it's going to happen. So there's going to be a world war, third world war. That's in the Bible.
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
The Bible talks about nuclear destruction.
Wait.
The Bible talks about people melting while they stand on their feet.
So
That's a
what side are you guys on? Are you guys on the devil's side or like the Jesus side?
We're on one side of the Lord. But this is the devil. That's a false image. See the back of it? This guy, he was alive during the time of Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. They're the ones that painted his image. It was an actual guy named Cesare Borgia. They actually had a show on it called Netflix called The Borgias, and how they took over like the Catholic Church and shit like that. And they did it by like poisoning the cardinals and all kind of weird, goofy stuff they were doing. But pretty much they painted their image as the image of God, when really the Lord Jesus, as they call him, his real name is Yahweh Shai, so-called black dude.
There's Revelation 1:1, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Going down to 13, Revelation 1:13, and in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
So it said his feet was like fine brass, as if it burnt in a furnace. If you burn brass in a furnace, when it comes out, it's black.
This is interesting. You guys have like anything I can follow you guys on or something?
Go on YouTube, you can look up Great Millstone.
All right, thank you. I'll definitely look you guys up.
All right, bro.
You guys have a good one. You too. You have a good one too.
What's up? Almost knocked my camera off.
Kids are not nice.
They don't care.
Generation Z.
Yeah, that's Generation Z.
Nerds. And one of the nerds wants to be a gamer.
Yeah, the little goofball right there. They're like, man, I gotta. When I was in my younger days, oh man. Like, bro, this is not the life for you. I'll tell you right now.
is St. Matthew 24:4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, but the end is not. And we're experiencing that right now. We're seeing wars and rumors of wars. What's going on? Okay, there's been the war in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq. Now there's a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. And there's rumors of a war going on between Taiwan and China. And America and China. And America and... There's all these different rumors of wars going on.
Yeah, and what just happened this morning, a U.S. base in Syria got hit with missiles, man. You know, that's heavy.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. A U.S. base in Syria got hit with missiles.
And it does say in the scriptures that a portion of the Assyrians shall be wasted. So like all those different outposts that America has in different countries, well, those are going to be the easiest to destroy.
Ones like Arabia, Middle East.
Oh yeah.
They get shot down, bro.
All the proxy barracks, the proxy racks.
Yeah, they got no defense. They're out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna build a base next to your base. That's the easiest one to destroy.
That's scriptural.
Yeah. Find it.
Yeah,
Keep going.
Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Hey, that's hey man, what's going on? Famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we're experiencing all these things in the world right now.
Hey, all this flooding here in Cali. Hey, California makes one third of the world's, the nation's food, like fruits, vegetables, nuts, things like that. And it's distributed throughout the country. So all that flooding, it's messing up the farmland. You know, because that flooding messes up the soil. So hey, that's going to lead to more and more famine, more shortage of different foods.
This is Joel chapter 2 verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. Which is talking about, the United States military. That's that Northern Army, along with, different their allies of NATO. But they're going to be removed far from office. They're going to have a draft. And they're going to send them out there to the Middle East. That's that land barren and desolate, the deserts. When you think of the Middle East, you think of a desert.
And the Euphrates is all dried up. Which means that's all land that could be traversed. Ain't no great body of water, dividing it.
Jeremiah 51:29. And the land shall tremble in sorrow for every purpose of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women They have burned her dwelling places, her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end.
Right. So this place, hey man, what it says in the scriptures that the northern army would be removed. Well, when a country's army is removed far away, that means it could easily get sacked.
It's unprotected. That's why the scriptures call this place the land of unwalled villages. Because first and foremost, the missile defense system here is shit. Alright?
Oh, Putin vowed to break the missile defense system.
And he's fucking their missile systems up out there, the Kamars or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Out there in Ukraine, showing you it's trash. You know? And then the Patriot missile defense system constantly failing. You know, every time they test it, it's constantly fucking up. And Russia just developed missiles that can't be intercepted, man. That's Joel, the third chapter. You know, that when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. You know, this thing is being prepared, man. It's here already, man.
Yeah, it's here.
You know, it's going down.
The Lord's gonna rain fire on this place, man.
Yep.
It's no joke.
No joke.
Is that it? Yeah, man. The Lord's gonna destroy America, bro. And look how, hey, man, look what this place is coming to, man. You know, they're teaching these little kids in schools about homosexual shit now, man. I heard a story the other day, or like a week ago or something like that, where they were letting kids play with dildos in a school, in some private school, man. I forget where it said it was, but it was the principal, bro. The principal, and he was boasting about it, man. And if you were, I don't know, bro, because I feel like if you were a regular person and you did some shit like that, you would go to fucking jail, bro. That's a crime, yeah. Like that's child abuse, man. But this guy gets away with it. How the fuck does that go? How does that work, man? Or there's a movie this guy did. I don't know if he's an Edomite. He probably might be. His name was Matt Walsh. He looks like an Edomite. But he does a lot of stuff like going against the LGBT and stuff. That's why I say he might be an Edomite, you know. But he seems like he has like a zeal, you know. But he did a whole movie going into talking to these people that promote transgender stuff and basically showing how like insane they are and how stupid they are and shit. And he talks with this psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist is like, basically says there's a mental illness where there's people that actually feel like their hand or their leg or a body part of theirs isn't theirs. It's not theirs and they don't want it. They literally want to cut their arm off or their hand off or something. And she says that this gender dysphoria shit is like that illness. It's a mental illness to where they feel like there's something that they're not, you know? And what she was saying is that they have taken this mental illness and turned it into a fad because it makes a lot of money because of the surgeries. So they turned it into a fad in order to make more money off of the transgender surgeries. And she was showing him these children's books. And it was children's books that had pictures of children doing homosexual acts on each other. And it was for ages 10 and up. So this, hey man, like anybody that thinks there's not a conspiracy to go after kids and sexualize children, there's not an agenda. You're wrong, bro. These Edomites have an agenda to turn out these kids, man, and make them homosexuals and shit, bro. And they're putting it in the public school systems and stuff, man.
Hey man, hey, you know, like brother said they make it for money. Hey, what was Esau's son's name? Eliphaz?
Yeah.
My God is gold.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's money.
Hey, here it is. They own the whole fucking world. But hey, what do they do? They need more money.
That's Habakkuk 2, the second chapter.
This medical industry, you know, hey, that's all a business. This food industry, they keep you sick to keep you going back to the doctors.
Oh, you know, they're trying to push a new food chart, and Frosted Flakes are a staple in it. Let's make sure you eat your Frosted Flakes.
It's garbage.
They're trying to kill. Hey man, they're going harder than ever trying to. And they're going after the young generation, man. Like, hey, look at the McDonald's and all that shit. What the Happy Meals that comes with a toy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all directed at kids because they're the easiest to manipulate, and it's easy to manipulate the parents through children because the kid's gonna cry and fucking whine and I want this, come on please, you know.
Next thing you know, you're buying a Happy Meal, and then you're like, well, maybe I want a Big Mac.
Yeah.
I'm like, very enticing.
Yeah.
Influencing spirits.
And that's what Esau. It's all witchcraft, man. This is the mother of witchcraft. All this shit is witchcraft to entice you to give in to death, man. That's what it is, man. That's why all these different illnesses are so high, man. Depression, suicide, diabetes, cancer. All this shit is super up in America, man. Shit, I even read a book that was talking about diets and like, talking about this kid that was out of control. He was violent, and he didn't really have parents at the house, and he would eat junk food all day. Like this motherfucker eating candy for dinner, and the book was basically saying like a big part of his violence and the way he is the diet that he's on.
Yeah, even the way you feel, man. Hey, you just change. Instead of eating, you know, pancakes in the morning, you know, you eat something healthy, salad. You know, drink a green shake. Hey, man,
Hey,
something without